Yep. Yep, we're live on that. Let me get let's get the volume right there. So yeah, hey, look. So I Tuesday night or Monday night, I predicted that on when I woke up on Tuesday morning, we were going to get the announcement of a Nintendo Direct. Because today is the 9th, and that just made the most sense. So when I woke up on today, so when I woke up on the what was it, the 7th, there wasn't news of a Nintendo Direct, but instead of Pokemon Direct. So it was close enough. Close enough. And yeah, so here we are, super freaking early for me. It's what, 6:30? It's gonna be 6:30. Yeah, we still got a few minutes before the sucker starts. And there's nothing there. I need light to do the thing, but there's nothing I can do about this, like that light right there. So screw me, lens flare, or whatever you want to call it. So my predictions for this Pokemon Direct, we can let's full camera it. Predictions, I don't really have any. Well, okay, yes, I do. I think they're going to talk about Pokemon Home. Pokemon Home's going to be the big thing of this Nintendo Direct. Oh, I might also say I have not slept. Yeah, no, I did. I was just like, I'm not going to wake up early enough for this, so I just won't go to bed, and I'll go to bed after this because I don't got work today. Yeah. But yeah, so I was like, oh, I'll go. All right, I'll stay. I'll stay up and I watched some TV. I played some Pokemon. I finally got a Magic Bounce Hatrina, whatever the final stage is, and it took me forever. But I finally have the Magic Bounce 5 IV. I just got to EV train it, and then it's all good. So I'll do that at some point, probably today or tomorrow or whenever I'll get around to it. And then I bought Nintendo Switch Online finally. I did that. I've been meaning to do that for a while now. I finally did that. So I've been doing online battles. I got some interesting stuff. I might have come across a hacker. I'm not sure. I don't. It might have been like it's weird. Cause it's too coincidental, man. It's crazy. Yeah, that happened. But hey, I've got some Pokemons, and I do not have the national dex complete because, as I've been saying, the person who I have who has the other game has not beaten that game yet. Like he hasn't beaten. So I have Shield. The person who has Sword hasn't beaten Sword. But even with it, I've still just through surprise trading been able to get almost like over 80 Pokemon, or not 80. I mean, I'm I went from 50 to I think I have 83 right now. I'm only missing a few things: Stonehenger, Solrock, the Gothorita line, Mawile, Carablast. There's like two or three other things that I'm forgetting, but I almost have them all. But yeah, so my prediction: Pokemon Home. Pokemon Home's going to be a big part of this direct, obviously, because that's going to come out this year. Will it surprise drop today? Probably not. Probably next month. That'd be my guess. Um, are we going to get a new mainline? I 100% believe the Pokemon Company should take a year off, if not 2 years off, because Sword and Shield, even though I loved them, they were obviously rushed. The Pokemon Company needs to take some time off, whether that be for a Diamond and Pearl game or a Diamond and Pearl remake, which we could have an entire discussion. Do we need a Diamond and Pearl remake? Because there was because we definitely needed Leaf Green and Fire Red, and we definitely needed Heart Gold and Soul Silver. But did we need Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire? Arguably no. Do we need a Diamond and Pearl remake? No. Did we need Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee? Definitely not. Did I still enjoy Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee? Yeah. Would I be complaining if they did a Let's Go... I don't want them to do Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee 2 and just set it in Johto. I want them to do something different and interesting. So that's why Let's Go Marill, and Let's Go Togepi. Those would be my two. Let's go Let's go Meryl and Togepi, because those were the big mascots of the second generation. Kind of like how Pikachu and Jigglypuff used to be the mascots of the first generation. And then at some point, Eevee took all the street cred. Even though not evolving Eevee is stupid, because Eevee's whole gimmick is its evolution. I don't get it, but that's how the Pokemon Company did it. So we might get a Diamond and Pearl remake, but I kind of doubt it. Some people are saying it's too early in the year to announce it. I don't know about that. At the start of a generation, they usually announce something very early in the year. Gen 6 was announced around this time. Gen 8 was announced in around this time, maybe even early February. It's usually announced early on. I know some of the Ultra Sun and Moon's the only one I can think of that was announced in late May, early June, so that's also a possibility, but I don't know. If we're getting a mainline game, are we getting updates for Sword and Shield? I know throughout the hype cycle leading up to Sword and Shield, the Pokemon Company was very adamant and implying, they never said, but they implied that they were not going to update Sword and Shield. That if they were going to update games, it would be in I've been calling it Sharpened Sword and Hardened Shield. Kind of like what they did for Ultra Sun and Moon. Same idea. Which is bullshit, by the way. Give us Sword and Shield has the perfect setup for a sequel, and make it a single game. Go back to Platinum. I understand. You can make... The Pokemon is one of the most money-grubbing companies in the world that does not use any of the bullshit tactics that an EA or an Activision do. They're mostly pretty solid with their game. Well, yes, the games are rushed and very simplistic, but they still have some integrity. God, oh my god, what's his Internet Historian did a video on No Man's Skies. Holy shit, it's I know I usually recommend Joseph Anderson stuff, which is 3 hours. So an hour it's 53 minutes by comparison is nothing. But go watch the No Man's Sky video. Whole good ass video. But Sword and Shield might get an update. I don't know. The way the Pokemon Company talked about it, they implied that it wouldn't. But this is a 20-minute long thing. Also, what else? Pokemon Sleep, we might get some details on. That's supposed to be this year. I don't know if this is... I mean, I guess this is a fine place for it. I could also see Pokemon Sword and it being its own thing.
Welcome to the Pokemon Direct. I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon.
Alright, let's get this started.
In today's broadcast, I'd like to touch on 2 topics. Let's get started with the first topic. Have a look at the following footage.
10 minutes on each topic, if assuming. Alright, this is the Diamond and Pearl remake. I freaking called it on Twitter. Oh, Mystery Dungeons. Okay. I liked Explorers of Darkness, or was it Explorers of Time? I liked one of the Mystery Dungeon games. One of the ones on DS. I didn't love any of the sequels. I'd be down for a new... I don't know. I did not like... Okay, this is an interesting art style.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX.
So they're remaking the first game. Because it was originally Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team. Which weren't those Game Boy games? Or were those DS games? I don't know. It's an okay art style. Part of me says, oh, maybe they should have made a new one, but I've never played the original Rescue Teams. Maybe if they add new Pokemon to the old games. Yeah, like that, like Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution's cool.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeons Rescue
It's
Team
good to have a
DX.
Pokemon has been stuck in shitty mobile spin-offs. And I like...
It's been about 15 years
none of them.
since Pokemon Mystery
I mean...
Dungeon, Red Rescue Team, and Blue
Yeah, I
Rescue
knew they were Game Boy
Team were
Advance
released
games.
for the Nintendo DS and Game Boy Advance systems.
Oh wait,
in
Red
Japan.
Rescue Team was, but Blue Rescue
But now
Team...
they will gain a new life as
What?
a Nintendo Switch title.
What?
Pokemon
I don't remember
Mystery
that.
Dungeon Rescue Team DX will be released March 6, 2020.
Oh shit! Holy shit! You couldn't have moved that up to like February or pushed that back a little bit.
You'll be able
like,
to carry over your save data to the full version of the game once purchased.
Like,
Please take
there's
this
too many
opportunity
games in
to
March,
get a
man.
sample of the fun.
Is that the same day as the
Now,
Final Fantasy VII
another
remake,
topic.
or is that 2 days later or 3 days
I think
later?
we'll ask Game Freak to share it with you. Mr. Masuda, Mr. Omori.
That's
it's
3
all
days
yours.
after Final Fantasy VII Remake. And 2 weeks before Animal Crossing. Holy shit. Push it. I would have pushed it back.
I'm Masuda from Game Freak.
I would have pushed it back to like...
Hello, and I'm Amori. Also,
Unless Nintendo's got something big in
We
April
hope
and
everyone has been finding
whatever.
something to enjoy in the latest entries to the Pokemon series, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, since their release last November. Our goal is always to deliver lively new adventures that delight Pokemon trainers around the world.
The goal of my content is always to
we
entertain.
did our best to fill these titles with fun activities so that our players could have a fulfilling experience. And the Galar region is a vast one. We suspect you've had many new discoveries and fun encounters along your adventure. We've been thinking about how much we'd like it if everyone's Pokemon adventures could go on even longer, with more to dig into and new discoveries
Oh
to
god,
explore.
could you imagine a freaking Battle Frontier?
We've been working on plans for some time, in fact. This is why we at Game Freak are now developing the Pokemon Sword Expansion Pass and Pokemon Shield Expansion Pass.
This is something I was worried about, was
Downloadable
paid
expansions
DLC.
for the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield games that will be available
Paid
for
DLC
purchase
was
in the Nintendo
probably a
eShop.
very bad move.
Until now, we've sometimes released new titles set in the same region as previous games,
Platinum was good,
such as
and while I
Pokemon
liked
Platinum
Ultra
version
Sun and
or
Moon,
Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon
they
Ultra
felt
Moon.
very cash grabby. Black and White 2 were good.
This expansion pass will be different from those games. You'll be able to set out on new adventures using the save data you're already playing.
So my guess is they were working on like a sharpened sword and
We're in
whatever
thick of
shield.
development now, but we've
And they
prepared some
canceled that
footage
and
for
instead
you
are
so
doing
you'll be
this
able to
instead,
at least get a
because of
feeling
all the
for what new
backlash.
experiences await you.
Which is probably for the better?
Please have a look.
I don't know if they bring a battle, like if you want to appease the fans, a Battle Frontier is the right way to do it. Maybe remix the gyms, add in a proper Elite Four, make Dynamaxing less rare. God, I hate how I saw Regigigas. See, I think paid DLC is the wrong way to go about this. Especially because this game was $20 more than every previous Pokemon game. Get rid of event Pokemon and, like, I just want them to get... Oh god, look at that top hat. Oh, that's kind of... Yeah, because Slowpoke wasn't in the default game. Even though you can get Slowpoke Tail. That guy looks familiar. New clothing outfit, obviously. New hair stuff. I mean, I'm fine with more cosmetics. Customizing characters is something I really like in Pokemon. Better outfits. Ooh. The psychic guy with the top hat. More, of course, bringing in Pokemon. It'd be... Ooh. God, but Gen 1, give some love to Gen 2. That's what I want. I want some love. The Dynamax forms shouldn't have been Charizard. They should have been the Gen 2 ones. That should have been in the game by default. Kind of like Z moves. The Isle of Armor. I mean, it looks okay. I like the new gym leaders. I like the expansive content. But it's gonna be paid DLC. And release date's a big question. But yeah, the Dynamaxing should have been for not the Gen 1 starters again, but it should have been the Gen 2 starters. Was there... Okay, so we're doing the Reggies. I like the Reggies. Secrets. Oh gosh, I like the... Who had... The Gen 5 villain had that single eye thing. Ooh! Oh! That's cool. Ooh, I like those. I like those designs. Holy. Ooh, a low... Like, or Galarian. Legendaries? Okay, we saw that clip before. See, I don't care about the Gen 1 starters. They got Mega Evolutions. Give the Gen 2 starters love. You know, I like the Gen 2 starters. I really like the Gen 2 starters, actually. Quilava, Feraligatr, and the other one. Did they just pay it? See, I thought once they gave us the reveal, this is the same thing. Are we just watching like some of the same things over again? Didn't we just see this? We just saw this, right? Did they put the same trailer in twice? Because I thought the first area that they showed us was going to be called one thing, the Isle of Armor, and now the second area was going to be called something different. Wait, are those... I missed that the first time. Are there new Reggies? I completely missed that the first time. We're going to have to go back and scrub through this. And that's, the other visor is, Team Flare from Gen 6. I mean, these have potential, and... But God, I worry about paid DLC, man. Because that was... Unless you're adding back in all of the Pokemon, like, that's your promise. That by the end of the year, or whenever, every Pokemon is going to be in the game. Okay, that's new. So, why did they show the same trick? See, I was right. The Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra, but it put the... That was weird. That was weird. I don't know why they basically showed the same trailer. That's kind of ugly. Are those... What? Are sword and shield fighting dudes? Are those our event legendaries? I hate event legendaries. I talk about this all the time. Hey, it's Triforce. Bunny thing.
What did you think of this first look?
It has
Pokemon
potential.
Sword Expansion Pass and the Pokemon Shield Expansion Pass will be composed of the Isle of Armor, planned to be released June
June? That's not a bad
2020,
release date.
and the Crown Tundra.
Yeah,
planned to be
no,
released
I'm...
in fall 2020.
I think this is a better way to go than
If
release
you
an
buy
enhanced
the Pokemon
version.
Sword or Pokemon Shield
This is
Expansion
a better way to
Pass, you'll
do
be
it.
able to enjoy both as they're released. Each part offers a different adventure, where you'll be able to visit unseen areas of the Galar region and meet new people and Pokemon that live there.
Okay.
There are two versions of the expansion pass, one for Pokemon Sword and one for Pokemon Shield. Different Pokemon will appear in the different versions,
Makes sense.
and you'll also run into some different people and places. We're hoping players can continue with the classic Pokemon experience of
I looked
trading
away
with
for a
one
second if
another
it wasn't
and working
obvious, so...
together.
Now, without further ado, let's have the director himself present more information on the Isle of Armor.
Did I
and
miss the
Crown Tundra.
price?
Mr. Tani?
I looked away for a minute, and I felt like I missed the price. We'll scrub back through that later. I mean, like I said, I think this has potential.
Hello, I'm Tani from Game Freak. I'm working as the director for the Pokemon Sword Expansion Pass and Pokemon Shield Expansion Pass. The Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra are in development as we speak. So today, we'd like to show off some designs and concept art to help introduce you to these new areas. Your adventures in Galar are getting even bigger. First, let us introduce the Isle of Armor, which focuses on the theme of growth. Take a look.
So, like, these are post-game areas, probably. You know, I'm
destination in your adventure is a giant
I'm
island
thinking of
off
this
the
like,
shores of the Galar region known as the Isle of
Nuka
Armor.
World and Far
This
Harbor and
island is
Fallout
full of
4.
beautiful nature. You'll find beaches.
That's how I think I'm
ponds,
thinking about these
forests,
DLCs.
caves, and dunes.
I think that's the right way to
And
go
of
about
course,
it.
you'll find Pokemon that you couldn't previously find in Galar Dwelling there too.
And see, I want them
There's
to
a
add
dojo
back
for
in all the
battles
Pokemon,
on this island.
but I don't think you have to be able to find
You'll take
every
up an
Pokemon.
apprenticeship under the
Even if it's
Pokemon
just being
trainer
able to
who runs
trade
it.
them over from, like, home or
This
whatever.
is Mustard, who will become your mentor.
Mustard.
He's also the mentor of Champion Leon, who you probably know quite well. In fact, Mustard has occupied the seat of champion himself in the past. You'll also encounter new
I kinda
rivals
like
among
that.
your fellow apprentices. When
See,
playing
Black
the
and White 2
Pokemon
played
Sword
around with that.
Expansion Pass, you'll be training with Clara, who is a Poison-type user. When playing with the Pokemon Shield expansion pass, you will be training
I like
with
both
Avery,
of the,
who is
I
a
like both of these
Psychic-type user.
rivals. I think
They're both training hard, so
they're
can
they're
someday have a
obviously
gym
like
and stadium
gym leader
all
SP.
their own.
They're wearing the gym leader uniforms from Sword and Shield.
Next, we'd like to introduce the legendary Pokemon that will be central to the story.
Oh,
Kubfu. It's a fighting-type Pokemon that strives to become stronger with single-minded dedication.
that's cute.
As you progress through your training,
That's
Mustard will
kinda
entrust you with
cute.
this
I like-
Pokemon.
I mean, like
Once you complete
Stuffle
your
and
training
Beware were
together with
okay,
Kubfu,
but
it will be able to
nah, actually,
evolve into
I like
Urshifu.
some bear Pokemon.
Urshifu is a Pokemon with two distinct styles. There is Single Strike style, a fighting and dark type style that delivers a single strike at blinding speed. There is also Rapid Strike style, a fighting and water type style that focuses on unleashing a torrent of rapid strikes.
I know we have
What's
fighting.
more, it's been revealed
I'm pretty
that
sure we have-
Urshifu has
Darn.
a Gigantamax form.
I'm pretty sure we have
Each
Giant
style
Dark.
will have a different appearance, as well as a different G-Max move. You'll be able to evolve your Kubfu into an Urshifu in one of these two styles, Single Strike style or Rapid Strike style, during your adventure.
I bet it.
Urshifu is a powerful Pokemon
I was like,
with a brand new ability. And it
I would
also
think
has a new
one
move
is
for
exclusive
each
to
of its
one
two
game, one
styles.
is exclusive to the other game.
Once you've completed your training, bring it with you for some online battles or official competitions. We also want to talk about Rillaboom, Cinderace, and Inteleon, final evolutions of the first three Pokemon you team up with in the Galar region. During your adventure in the Isle of Armor,
See,
these
like
special partners in
this,
your team
because
will be able
the
to
starters
Gigantamax.
in
You
Gen
can look forward to
1
seeing their new forms and new G-Max
or
moves.
in Gen 7 got Z
And as you
moves.
can see here,
So,
we've got even more in the works
I
to
would've
make sure your journey
XP
is as
charm?
smooth and fun as possible. There are new fashion
Hey, you
items,
can look like Marnie.
and you'll even be able to obtain new looks for your bike.
Good. See, there's a lot of things here that I
Hope
do
you look
like.
forward to the new experiences coming in the Isle of Armor.
There's some things there that I do like. I think this is the right move. Plus, it keeps me
I'd
playing
like
the
to
game more,
discuss the
which
Crown
I
Tundra.
love the game. I've loved
second area,
Sword and Shield.
which has a theme
It
of
was my game of
exploration.
the year last year against all of the
I'm going to
odds.
show you the information we have at the moment.
Yeah, no, I think this is the better way to do it. I
This
know
expansion
Pokemon's
is set in
never
the
done
snow-swept
DLC
realm
before.
of the
Instead, they
Crown
just do
Tundra.
enhanced
Take a look
versions.
for yourself at the beautiful
But this is
scenery and
better.
the shiny
This is a
silver
better thing to
landscape.
do. Of course, it's gonna have to.
As it
It's
turns
gonna
out,
suck
the Isle of
paying
Armor
for it a
isn't
bunch.
the only uncharted area waiting for you all in the Galar region. In this frigid area, with its towering winter mountains, people live in small communities that support and rely on each other. Much like on the Isle of Armor, you'll be able to find Pokemon that didn't appear in the Galar region before. Fitting right in with this area's theme of exploration, there will be plenty for
Okay,
you to
5
uncover.
minutes left.
You might find a strange temple where you least expect it, or maybe spy a mysterious giant tree growing in a place it doesn't seem to belong. A certain person will appoint you as the leader of their exploration team in the Crown Tundra. You can gear up for adventure, and then head out to explore blizzard-swept fields,
Crown
and even deep inside Pokemon dens.
I wonder
which
what
you could only
areas these are
previously
based
get a
off.
glimpse of
Because I
during
mean,
max raid battles.
like, I think I was making
Next,
a.
we'd
Is
like
it?
to introduce Calyrex, the legendary Pokemon you'll discover.
Is it the
during
Isle
your
of
adventure.
Jersey?
Legends say this Pokemon
That I was
once
like, I was
ruled over
joking that
part
would
of
be a
Galar that
region.
included the Crown Tundra. It's characterized by its graceful, regal movements. Get ready to experience a never-before-told story about the mysteries of Calyrex.
Psychic
Crown
Grass.
Tundra will have a new form of co-op play as well. This will
Huh?
allow you and friends to enter and explore Pokemon dens that exist underground in the Crown Tundra.
Cool idea.
Deep inside the den,
The problem is,
you may see
since I've
legendary
had Switch
Pokemon from
Online
past games
and playing
Dynamaxing
Pokemon,
before your
it
eyes.
runs like
You'll be able
shite.
to meet and make allies of all kinds of legendary
So they're adding
Pokemon
back in all the
during your adventures
legendaries,
in
cool.
the Crown Tundra.
Or at least all the
Including ones you'll be
non-event
able to
ones.
catch through this co-op play.
That's cool. I'm
It
down
also
for
appears
this.
that some brand new legendary Pokemon are
Dragon
also waiting to be
Reggie
found
and
somewhere
Electric
in this
Reggie.
land.
God, I
And
love
combined
those
with the Isle of
Galarian
Armor,
forms.
Dozens of new clothing items will be added.
Hey, look, it's Chancellor Rose.
Plus, there will be new battles waiting for you to challenge once you complete your entire game, including the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. We
See,
can't go into
I'm
the
kind of
details
excited for some of
everything,
this
but
stuff.
We're working on planning and developing new ways to enjoy Pokemon even as we speak. The Isle of Armor
there might
and
be
Crown
more
Tundra
DLC.
areas themselves are actually two key examples of the things we're working on. Both areas are in fact seamless maps, much like
See,
the wild
you know,
area
if
you can already
Pokemon
experience
became
in
a-
the Galar region,
you
where
know,
players are able to move around
okay.
freely and control the camera. Of course,
We'll
you'll
talk
be
about
able
this
to connect
afterwards.
with other trainers and play with them too. There will be Pokemon dens as well, and you'll be able to engage in max raid battles against Pokemon that haven't previously appeared in the Galar region. There's more to see and do
And
on
now,
the Isle of Armor, and in the
if this is
Crown
paid
Tundra
DLC, I
than
can
there was
see
even
somebody
in the wild area.
saying it's paid DLC and they
Bring you more
purposely
information
didn't
about
put
them
every
in future
Pokemon
news
in
reports,
to
so
sell them
please
back
stay
to you,
tuned.
which could totally be a conspiracy theory, but if you've played Sword and
What did you
Shield,
think?
the entire game feels
We
rushed.
at Game Freak
So
are all
I don't
working
think
hard to
that
bring you new
that was
content,
intentional.
so you can spend more time having fun in the Galar region. We hope you're as excited as we are for what's to come.
Anything on Pokemon Home? Would be nice.
Thank you, Mr. Tani. On the Isle of Armor and in the Crown Tundra, you'll see some familiar Pokemon that didn't appear in the Galar region before. There will be more than 200 Pokemon species that appear in these areas, and you can add to your team, including the legendary Pokemon mentioned before.
So that's bringing it up to what, 600 out of
Additionally,
800?
We'll be distributing free updates for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield that will coincide with the releases of the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. These updates will allow people who don't have the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield expansion pass to obtain the Pokemon that appear on the Isle of Armor and in the Crown Tundra
That's
through
good.
other means, such as trading.
That's a good thing. That needed to be there.
Players will also be able to bring over Pokemon to their games from the cloud service Pokemon Home as long as the Pokemon appear in the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield expansion packs.
But can I move every Pokemon from
Pokemon
those
Home
games
is planned to
into
launch
Home?
in February 2020.
Okay, I don't need many details, but
We
that's
intend
good.
to release even more details before then, so please wait.
I'm
just
fine.
a little
I'm
bit
fine
longer.
with just a release date. It's something.
Finally, we have some more news for our Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield players. Starting today, it seems like you're more likely to run into Gigantamax Colossal,
I was expecting this.
Gigantamax Lapras, and Gigantamax Flapple or Gigantamax Appleton in max raid battles in the wild
Good.
area. Face these powerful
So
Pokemon with your friends.
Appleton's and Colossal's going to be one game.
will also be a
Lapras in the
software
other one,
update going
and
live available
Flapple's
later
going to be in the
today.
other game.
Once you've received the update, head to Wedgehurst Station. In Pokemon Sword, you'll encounter Clara, while in Pokemon Shield, you'll run into Ava. You'll also encounter a Galarian Slowpoke that's wandered in from the Isle of Armor. You can try to catch it and add it to your team. Galarian Slowpoke can evolve into Galarian Slowbro if you use an item that can be found on the Isle of Armor, or into Galarian Slowking if you use an item that can be found in the Crown Tundra.
That's actually.
Don't forget to check it out.
It's good that that's in there.
What did you think? Today, we've
'Cause
finally
Slowpoke
been
was
able
one
to
of the
show
big
you
ones the
some
game
of
was
what
missing.
we at Game Freak are hoping to achieve going forward. We hope we've been able to get you excited for the
You know-
continuing adventures waiting for you in the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. Each part offers a different adventure. We'll do our best to fill it to the brim with adventures like you've never experienced before.
Whether you're just starting with Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, or you've done everything there is to do, we'll do our best to develop something that everyone can enjoy.
Stay tuned for more updates in the future.
My thanks to everyone from Game Freak. The Pokemon Sword Expansion Pass and Pokemon Shield Expansion Pass, which contains both the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra, will be available for pre-purchase. on
30
Nintendo
bucks,
eShop
that's-
later today.
Half. Oh God, that's. If you have
You'll
both
also be
games,
able to
that's $60. Wait. Oh. Did it just kind of cut off right there?
Stay tuned for
Everyone will expand. You'll also be able to act.
Oh, so whatever it was saying there, I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about this. Okay, so with this colossal thing at the end, wherever that was, there was an event going on where in Shield it was Corviknight and Centiskorch, and in Sword it was Dreadnought and Sandaconda. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to get Dreadnought and Sandaconda because, again, the person who has Shield hasn't beaten it yet. Or Sword, I mean. I have so many Corviknights and Centiskorches. I have like 3 Corviknights and like 10 Centiskorches. Oh my god. But right to yesterday, or 2 days ago, I was able to get like 2 Sandacondas from random online trades. And I was able to get 1 Dreadnought yesterday. So I was barely able to get them. And now I'm shooting for these guys. I like the Gigantamax stuff. The problem is the chance of getting a Gigantamax Pokemon is, I want to say, the same odds as finding a shiny. So it's something. It's like 1 in 4,000. I wonder. I hope we'll find this out once the update rolls out. I wonder if the update has fixed the bugs. There's a bug with the shiny charm. That's a big one. And there's multiple online bugs online, like certain moves not working right that they need to fix. That's something that I hope this new patch updates, or at some point, like, they fix that soon. So the actual Crown Isles and whatnot, okay. So, yeah. Oh, let's just go to the Crown Isles stuff. So the Isle of Armor.
This island is full of beautiful...
Gosh dang it. So the Isle of Armor. So my problem... So, roadmap culture is a very bad thing. It's a very, very bad thing. Live services, right? The thing is, this isn't a live service roadmap thing. This is DLC. This is very traditional DLC. And it looks like there's a lot here. That's something that's something Nintendo is usually good at. Nintendo makes DLC with a lot of content. I mean, we can argue about Smash Bros, but Mario Kart 8, Breath of the Wild, God, Animal Crossing had a shitload of free DLC. There's other games I'm forgetting. Splatoon had a roadmap. But I think what makes DLC good is that the base game had to be good. The base DLC should not be a fix for the main game. It should be an extension. It should be, oh, you loved the main game? Well, here's some more. Splatoon. At least Splatoon. Splatoon 1 is complicated. But Splatoon 2... the base game was great, and every DLC, including the Octo expansion, was amazing. Breath of the Wild, the base game is amazing. The DLC was great. It was a great addition. Oh god, do I even have to talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Torna, the Golden Country? Oh my god, that's basically its own game. Mario Kart 8, great base game. And the DLC's added in, 16 new tracks? Crazy. This seems to be taking that route. This is a full-on DLC, traditional DLC expansion. Both of them for $15 per expansion. If you're someone who owns both games, that's 2. I probably won't pick... I mean, I still, to this day, have not picked up the Breath of the Wild expansion. It just... I didn't need it. And... well, I do want to play it. I don't have the Smash Bros. Expansion either. That's just not... I don't have it. Like I was saying earlier, them adding back in the Pokemon's a good thing. This will bring us up to 600, which I know that still leaves about 200 missing. But who knows? They said they're working on new stuff. And if Pokemon Sword and Shield every year gets a new expansion pass that just keeps adding more isles, more content to the game... I think a lot of people would be down for that. Am I so tired of Gen 1 support? Yes. I am tired of Gen 1. Give some... and I know people will say, oh, well, of course they give love to Gen 1. Gen 1 is the most marketable. Yes, but also you could make any gen marketable. Give some love to Gen 2, and they should have had Leon had a freaking Cyndaquil, Quilava, Typhlosion. It's Typhlosion. That's the third one. They should have given Leon a Typhlosion, and then they should have done the other two. But there's some cool stuff in here. I like all the customization stuff, the new Pokemon, the new characters, the new legendaries are kind of whatever. It would be, I think it is kind of, if they're doing it how I think they're doing it, where you're going to get the legendary early on. And see, these aren't like compendiums or like, these are new areas to explore, but each of these new areas kind of has their own story and like characters and whatnot. And I think that's the better way to do it. Like, you got this guy's kind of fun. You've got two new rivals that I love. I love these two new designs. God, look at that top hat. Look at that top hat. You better be able to get that top hat. I know we saw you can get Marnie's gear. But yeah, you got this new guy, and that's kind of cute. And I know we've seen fighting type bear. I brought up, what's his face? And we're doing the Ursa thing again. Yeah. Okay, this is what I wanted to look at. So
Here, we've got even...
So, XP Charm. So, in the game, there's a shiny charm, a shiny charm that gets shinies more often, an oval charm that gets, eggs more often, and then a ball charm. I don't remember what it's called, but it allows you to catch Pokeballs more often, right? It makes critical catches more common. So, an EXP charm that makes EXP gaining easier. Cool. Pokeball crafting, that's a cool one, because apricorns are, or there's like all these Pokeballs in the game, like Kurt's, there's all of Kurt's Pokeballs in the game, but like you only get like one of them or something weird like that. Pokeball crafting is cool, especially if they had some new Pokeballs. Like, the only, like, I'm so tired of the Dusk Ball being the best Pokeball. Give us some new and interesting Pokeballs. I know there's like, I think of Jay Witz's videos. He had some clever ideas in that. Do that. But okay, with the EXP charm, they added Pokemon Sword and Shield. One of its best things it's added for convenience is the EXP candies you get from beating max raid battles. Those are so amazing. If this boosts those, that'll be great. I doubt it will. But EXP candies are one of the best additions to the new game. Like, Pokemon makes doing competitive Pokemon easier and easier every game. I'm 130 hours in, and I have 2 full teams of 6. So, yeah. And in that same time, I don't even know if I had... I probably had at least... I might have had a team of... I know for sure I had a team of 6 in Gen 7. I might have had, like, 4 in Gen 2... Or in Gen 6. Because in Gen 6, you were only working with 2 IV Dittos. Like, Dittos that only had 2 IVs. In Gen 7, I was working with 4 or 5 IV Dittos. And then in this game, I'm working with 4 IV Dittos. New moves. There were a bunch of moves missing from this game that really shouldn't have been missing. Like, a bunch of good, old, classic moves that, like... And I'm not talking about, like, the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee moves, like Batty Bat or... Surfy Surf or whatever the hell those were called, like that you give to your partner Pikachu and Eevee. I'm talking about like actual like moves here. That's a good fix. That'll hopefully fix that. New clothing options. I mean, you can make your character Marnie now. That's kind of cool. Items. I do not like any of the bags I like the default bag is good. Other than that, I hate all the bags in Sword and Shield. Like, none of them looked right. One of the... Oh, shit. Okay, let's switch over to camera while I found a new one. One of the thing... I do not know how the reaction... Some of the complaints, like, this should not have been paid DLC. Because, again, this Pokemon game costs $20 extra than every other Pokemon game. Most Pokemon... And content-wise... The Pokemon Sword and Shield was rushed. Like I said, if you play the game, you may think like, oh, they left out Pokemon so they can sell them back to you later. Which, I mean, $50 bill was in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee for getting the Pokeball Plus. But, where was I going with that? But yeah, so I know some people say like, oh, they left out Pokemon and now they're going to sell back 200 more. But the game just felt so rushed. Like I said, there's not even an Elite Four in the game. That's a big problem in my opinion. Like, the game didn't even have an Elite Four. You just refought the gym leaders again. The game was obviously rushed. And, well, like I said, I hope they're fixing some of the bugs. Fix the shiny odds. That's a big problem. Because if you want shinies, I think you got to do it through the Masuda method using eggs. No, that should not be a thing. What else? New hairstyles. Garchomp's one of the... Garchomp and Metagross are the only two pseudo-legendaries not in the game. Or is... No, Dragonair's not... Dragonite, Dragonair, Dratini. They're not in the game either, are they? Those... I not like I like those. I like Garchomp, though, and I like Metagross. I have my 3DS right here. I charged it. I've been charging it all night because I think I'm gonna play Alpha Sapphire, which, you know, let's I'm gonna go. I'm tired. I have not slept in a long time. I am tired. Let's go on. Do we need a Diamond and Pearl? Which isn't happening. This is another great thing about this is telling us that the Pokemon Company is not making a hardened shield and sharpened sword game. Instead, they're going to be making these expansions to expand the life cycle of Sword and Shield. Will we get a Diamond and Pearl remake? Maybe in like a year, maybe in like 2 years. But this is the better move. This is the better move because it probably takes less development to make this than it would making an entire brand new game. Probably more, probably about the same as remastering the game, doing like an Ultra Sun and Moon. But yeah, that's a good thing. But do we need a Diamond and Pearl remake? Because originally, so the first two Pokemon games, you play through them, yay, and then you can trade your Pokemon up from the first game to the second game. But then the second game went from Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance. And Game Boy Advance is not compatible with Game Boy. So there was no way to trade Pokemon up from Gen 1 and 2 over to Gen 3. Since Gen 3, you have been able to trade Pokemon from Gen 3 all the way to presumably the new one. So, like, if you have I think Seedot's in the new game. So if you used a what is Nuzleaf's final evolution? Whatever, if you had Seedot, Nuzleaf's final evolution, you beat, let's say, Ruby with it way back in, what was that, like 2003? You could theoretically bring that to Sword and Shield. But if you had a Charizard in Pokemon Red, Gen 1, way back in 98? Either 97 or 98. It depends on Japan versus America. That you cannot get that Pokemon past Gold, Silver, and Crystal. It's stuck there. So that's where Fire Red came in. Fire Red was like, okay, we'll make Fire Red, and that way all the Gen 1 Pokemon can be brought into the new games. So if you had a Charizard in Fire Red or Leaf Green, that can be brought up to this newest game. Heart Gold and Soul Silver filled the same purpose on the DS. It took Gen 2 Pokemon, which by that point they were probably also available. Most of them were available by that point, and whether that be Gen 3 or Gen 4, I mean Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire, or Diamond and Pearl. So it filled that purpose. But after that, no, every Pokemon can be brought up from their current game. Do we need... And I mean, I have a complete dex for Gen 1. I have 2 complete dexes for Gen 1. I have 2 complete dexes for X and Y. And I have 2 complete dexes for Sword and Shield. I have a half-completed dex of Diamond and Pearl. And I have a mostly completed dex of Gold and Silver. So, but, like, I haven't traded any of that up in a long time. Plus, with the 3DS re-releases of Gen 1 and Gen 2, you can bring those Pokemon into the new games as well. I don't know if we need a Diamond and Pearl remake. I think the only reason people want a Diamond and Pearl remake is because, one, Diamond and Pearl were good games. But, I mean, people liked Ruby and Sapphire, and everybody freaking hated Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire for some stupid fucking reason. I mean, yes, there were some things that were missing from the game, and I will admit that. But there were also... But I thought Omega... I mean, I'm going to play Alpha Sapphire again. Or, well, the first time I played through the games, I played Omega Ruby, but I'm going to play Alpha Sapphire this time, because... Yeah. But I don't know if we need a Diamond and Pearl remake. I mean, I'd still... Because, again, Diamond and Pearl was the game that got me back into Pokemon. Pearl... Well, I guess Diamond. I mean, it's complicated. But yeah, I've told the story before on one of the Splatoon chats. We got the new rivals. We got the new Pokemon. I like... Can I... Is it gonna give me this?
Partners in your teams will be able to Gigantamax.
Okay, so it's got a giant drum set. Okay, that makes sense. It's on like a giant fireball because it kicks fireballs and whatnot. Makes sense. I like Inteleon's though because it's a sniper tower and it's doing its sniper scope at the top. That's really fucking clever. I like that. I like that a lot. So that one's really cool. We talked about this. New bikes. Crown Tundra. Yeah, there's some nice designs. Yeah, okay. There's new legendaries. It's whatever. I mean, it looks kind of weird. Like, I think I like the other one more, honestly, the bear. That's just, it looks weird. I mean, you can compare it to that one Overwatch guy, but it looks kind of weird. This raid den thing, I think, because whenever you lose a raid, or when you either fail a raid, or you fail to catch a raid Pokemon, it says it escaped back underground. So actually being able to explore those underground areas, that's a cool addition. That's expanding on what the game set up. And the fact that this is going to be where you find all the legendaries, which it looks like every legendary is returning except for the event legendaries, which I hate event legendaries so much. I would love if one of the future DLCs, let's say they do like a part 4, they do another $30 expansion pass or whatnot in 2021, I would hope one of them gets rid of event legendaries for once and for all. You get rid of event legendaries and make it so, yeah, every Victini, Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, is Meloetta one? Meloetta. Manaphy. I think, is Manaphy an event legendary? I think Manaphy is an event legendary. Manaphy would be cool. I mean, I think I have most of the event legendary sitting in my copy of Omega Ruby or in my copy of Y. Because for the 20th anniversary, every month they did a different one. New Reggie. Okay, so we got
this co-op play.
We got Electro Reggie, an Electric Reggie. I don't remember as a kid how I solved the Reggie puzzle. Like, because you have to do, like, weird things. Like, you got to bring a Runerigus and, like, a Mantine to a special place. And then it'll open the door to get Regirock. It's really weird. And I don't remember how I solved it as a kid. But I definitely did. So, yeah, I've always liked the Reggies, even if Regice sucks. I think Regice sucks. I don't know. But new Reggie, like, that... like a Dragon Reggie? God, I want my Dragon-type Eevee. That Drakeon, that should have happened. That was so cool. Let's see. And these are freaking great. Oh my god, do I love
It also appears that some brand new legendary Pokemon are
like, presumably, so it'll be a Dark and Fire type. Black is always cool. Like, there's the shinies. There's the black ones, the cool ones, the ones that look better than the originals, the ones that don't change, the green ones, and then the fabulous ones. Right? Those are the different types of legendaries. But Black Legend, like Rayquaza, oh my god, or shiny Rayquaza and shiny Charizard look great, and I like that better than Moltres.
Also waiting to be found somewhere.
That also looks very sleek. So like the Moltres, I would guess would be Fire Dark. This would be Ice Steel if I had to guess, which gives it a super weakness to fire. But that looks nice, man. That looks
Where in this land?
nice. This, I would guess, it's like an ostrich, that Zapdos. It reminds me of an ostrich, so I'd guess electric. The darker, like the orange, the darker yellow reminds me of a fighting type, so I'd say a fighting electric, which, do we have one of those? I don't know.
And
New gear, I'm disappointed by the amount of dresses in Sword and Shield. Only like one of the dresses actually looked good, because I played a female trainer, because female trainers always got more customization. The male trainer in X and Y had 2 hairstyles, and while I know this game is better, I like more customization. An Ice Q shirt. God, that's the next Pokemon I'm going to competitive breed. After I finish Athena, I think I'm going to do Ice Q. Either that, I'm going to finally finish up freaking Alcremie.
dozens of new.
That's just fun. Like people love Marnie, so it makes sense. It's funny though.
Will be added.
That's Colress. Is that his name? And Colress is the professor guy. But yeah, that's Gen 5 and that's Gen 6.
Plus,
Those are
there
cool.
will be new battles waiting.
I don't know what this like. Or can you get like sponsored gear? Is that the thing?
Go into the details of the Isle of Galar. You'll be able, and you'll be.
It was weird that they showed the same trailer twice. I have no idea why they did that. Like, why did they show the same trailer twice? Like, it's like somebody left in the wrong trailer, and so instead of removing it, they just put in the right trailer afterwards. But see, I like that lake, and I like that tree with the temple around it. Those look nice. God. There's some cool... But this is really good. This, I think if they didn't... Because, I know... was it Battlefield or Call of Duty that had a problem where when they released new... I think Mario Kart 8 might have had this problem as well. Where when they released new maps, people with the old maps couldn't play, right? They had to segregate people into different lobbies based on, what DLC you bought. And that's why Titanfall was so interesting. Because Titanfall, while it had, a paid DLC or whatever, the paid DLC was only for new weapons and whatnot. They gave away every new map for free as to not segregate the user base. So doing this, so even if you can't catch the 200 new Pokemon, you could still get them through Surprise Trade. That's the only way I got Inteleon. Because I picked Cinder Dance. The guy who had Shield picked Rileboom. I don't remember Grookey's final evolution's name. It's Grookey, Thwackey, and it's Rileboom or something like that. But yeah, he picked. So we didn't have. So I got lucky and got a Sobble through random trade, and that's how I got Inteleon.
Service Pokemon Home.
This,
February.
and I hope this is because they did Pokemon Bank, and it was Pokemon Bank will store all your Pokemon. So I hope that Pokemon Home is the last, because now they're going Pokemon Bank, and now it's Pokemon Home, and I kind of hope Pokemon Home becomes the catch-all, where Pokemon Home will be the universal standard baked into every game, kind of like Pokemon Bank was supposed to be. Because I don't want let's say the Switch 2 comes out in a few years, and we get Pokemon Ketchup and Mustard. I don't want them to be, now we have Pokemon University, and this is where you store all your Pokemon, and you can bring Pokemon over from Pokemon Home. We don't need another one of those. God, I've said Pokemon so many times. So, am I positive on this DLC? Yes, just because I love Pokemon. There are definitely going to be some complaints here. I have not looked at Twitter because I've been here talking to y'all. But I guarantee you people are going to complain about this because, of course. But out of every move they could have made, this is the best one. This is the best of both worlds. Because it's showing that, one, the Pokemon Company does want to make things better. It's trying to at least fix some of the problems. And they're not going to rush the next game. They're going to be working on this, presumably with a smaller team. making these DLC areas, and they're going to spend more time on the next one. It's the best of both worlds. We're getting more Pokemon for the people that wanted more Pokemon, but we're also getting less Pokemon for the people like me who want them to spend more time on the next game. And we're also not getting a third, two Hardened Sword and Sharpened Shield, which would piss me off. An expansion pass for cheaper is just way better. Will I have to buy the expansion pass twice? Yeah, maybe. Well, yes, because if I'm going to have a complete dex. Honestly, I say that. Well, okay, so I said I have a complete dex for gens 6, 7, and 1. But technically, that's not entirely true. I mean, yes, I do have a complete living dex for Gen 1. And I almost have a complete living dex. It's not a living dex. I'm missing, like, a few things. But I almost have a complete dex for Gen 8. But, like, when I say I have a complete dex for Gen 6, that's technically not true. I just have all the new Pokemon plus, like, a few dozen other things. The names aren't bad as well. Yeah, I don't think the $60 price is that bad. Like, it could have been far worse. Let's go back and see new custom. One of the things that annoys me is, so you spend all this time designing your character, and then when you get on your bike, you have just the ugliest bike outfit. And I hope, even though that seems to be more of like a motorbike outfit, which I wonder if they're gonna do like Gen 3, where you have two different types of bike. You have the mock bike, and the bike that hops. I wonder if they're gonna do like a mountain bike kind of thing that does that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's because while I like Crystal, I like Emerald, and I like Platinum, and Black and White 2 are amazing games, but they could have been one game. You could have made Pokemon Gray and said it's a sequel to Black and White. Those did not need to be two games. Same thing with Ultra. You could have just made Pokemon Eclipse, and it would have been one game. But no, instead the Pokemon Company got greedy. Which I do still stand by, they're a greedy company. Because again, the Pokemon Sword and Shield were very rushed games that were $20 more than Ultra Sun and Moon, which had a lot in it, or Emerald, which or either of the Black and White 2 games, or Platinum, which I know Emerald and I want to say Platinum had Battle Frontiers. I know Emerald had a Battle Frontier. Did Platinum have a Battle Frontier? I feel like Platinum had some sort of Battle Frontier. I'm going crazy. But that was alright. That was the right. This is the right move. Rescue Rangers DX. So I wonder, did they release Red Rescue Team and then release Blue Rescue Team a year later as like a remake? Like just to like kind of like what you did with like Twilight Princess? Was that it? So cuz yeah, well, let's actually look. So if you notice the art, the bottom one is in a cave, and the top one is them looking down at a hole, presumably at the people in the bottom of the cave. I'm pointing at the screen right now, but you can't see my... So, and I like that the new box art recreates that, like, it directly compares it. But yeah, no, I've never played Blue... my first Pokemon, I had Explorers of Darkness that I did beat and I did love. And then one of my brothers had Explorer of Time, and then the other one bought Explorers of Sky at one point later on. Because that came out like a year later, because they tried to do the two normal games releasing simultaneously, and then the third game. Explorers of Darkness and Time were weird. Spoiler alert. Like, there's this whole thing where you're like a human who got displaced from time, and you like... something that annoyed me is you can't evolve your Pokemon. Like, once you beat the game, you unlock the ability to evolve, but you can't evolve yourself or your, like, partner because you're displaced from time or some bullshit like that. And that always annoyed me so much. And I get it, because, you want to keep the cute Pokemon, but a big part of Pokemon is evolving. And I want to evolve my starter. And did you cheat on your Pokemon Mystery Dungeons personality test? You better believe I did. because every time I did it, I got Skitty, and I didn't want to be Skitty. I wanted to be Lucario's pre-evolution. Graphically, it looks kind of weird. Like, it's clear it's going for, like, the art. I get the art style. Like, I can definitely tell what it's doing. It's like a coloring book or something like that. It's freaking. It's the same stuff. It's oil painting. Is that it? Is that what I'm looking for? I am tired. I am very tired. Like, I get what its art style is doing. It just kind of. It doesn't look that amazing. It looks okay. I mean, but there's the question of, like, how good are mystery dungeon style games, like, really, because they are very repetitive, and that is totally true. You know, I do remember Explorers of Darkness having a good post game. Very repetitive, because there's like a 99 floor dungeon. It's cool that we're getting it, because, yeah, I've been so used to Pokemon making mobile game spin-offs. I say that, but we got the Pokken Fighters game at some point in there, and we got 2 Mystery Dungeon games on 3DS. But, like, other than that, every other Pokemon spin-off game has been a mobile game, or, like, a game with microtransactions, or a free-to-start game. Pokemon Masters, that one game where everyone's a cube, that one puzzle game. I don't count Pokemon Go as kind of its own beast of burden. There's like a top spinning Pokemon game. Magikarp Jump. There's a bunch of like shitty mobile games, and I want some classic Pokemon spin-off games. This is a good start. Give us Pokemon Snap 2 and give us Pokemon Pinball. Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire. Specifically the Ruby and Sapphire one, because that was the one I remember more, is one of my favorite games on Game Boy Advance. I loved it so much. I played it so much. I love it. I love it so much. It's a great pinball game, and I just want another Pokemon pinball game. Do one, have a bunch, like Pokemon Pinball on the Game Boy Advance had a board for Pokemon Ruby and a board for Pokemon Sapphire. Do a new one and have a board for each generation, and the Pokemon that show up on those boards are for that generation. And to keep like the pixel art style as well. Maybe even make the pinball a Wooloo. That someone brought that up. That sounds adorable. I've talked about this the direct was over at 30 minutes ago. I have a lot to say about Pokemon. But this I'll stand by it. This is the right move. Out of everything they could have done, while I know people are going to be angry regardless, I think this satisfies the most people. Part of me regrets the paid DLC thing, but I think it's the right thing to do. Or no, it's not the right thing to do, but it's what they were going to do regardless. I wish this, because again, it's that price point that kills me. Because do I have this? Oh god, is this the... I bought this game. This is Ultra Sun. I bought it, got every Pokemon in it, did a bunch of stuff, and it only cost me like $20. And I'd argue there's way more in this game than there is the other one. Even like let's see, we've got Omega Ruby, we've got X, I guess, I've got Pokemon Moon, and I've got Pokemon Y. Plus, what else do I have down here? I have Alpha Sapphire, like I was saying. It's currently got Fire Emblem in its box, I think. I've got all of those Pokemon games, and all of those except for Ultra Sun I bought for $20. The rest of them I bought for $40, and each one of them had, I'm not going to say twice as much content as Sword and Shield, but like 1.5. There's just more to them, and that's kind of a problem with modern Pokemon. I know I have a copy of Ultra Sun in here somewhere. Or Ultra Moon, I mean. It's probably buried in here somewhere. It's still in the plastic wrapping. I've never opened up. Because I bought both of the games for $40, and yeah. But no, I don't know. That's gonna be divisive for people. I guarantee you it is. Actually, I'm gonna fix that real quick. Oops. I screwed up my 3DS games. Let's go with that. But no, there does look like it does look like some good stuff here. There seems to be adding some story details, or each of these areas are gonna have their own self-contained story. Like I said, I think the best comparison is Nuka World and Far Harbor. That's really what this reminds me of. Will they be like Far Harbor, where Far Harbor was arguably better than Fallout 4? We'll see. I mean, again, arguably. It wasn't as long, but it definitely had, like, more Fallout elements. Hey, what's up? You come in right at the very end. But is this good? Is this bad? I think this is for the best. I keep saying that. Oh, did you not see the Pokemon Direct? Go watch the Pokemon Direct. It just happened. Out of everything, this is for the best. I am. This is good. This is the right move to make. Out of every Twitter is going to be a shit show. I am curious to see what Twitter's saying, but I'll do that off stream. We will talk more about this. I'm expecting a Nintendo Direct to be announced. I'm expecting a Nintendo Direct around the same time next week, because someone pointed out every Pokemon Direct, there's usually a Nintendo Direct within about a week of it. Oh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, do I have anything else to say? I'm just gonna go play. I'm going to sleep. I have not slept. Oh god, but GDQ's good. I was up all night watching AGDQ. AGDQ is good. Yeah. They did a Mega Man run last night. It was pretty good. But yeah, no, I'm gonna. I gotta go find now. I wonder which game mine has. I wonder, do I have Colossal or Lapras? I just bred a perfect Colossal. I just bred a perfect IV Colossal. It knows it's a rapid spin user. And now, and maybe I'll actually get a Flapple would be cool. I wonder what special Gigantamax move it has. That's what I'm gonna go do. But first, I should go make some toast. I'm tired. But yeah, no, I'm rambling at this point. This is for the best. That's all I got. I'll probably be back. Again, I'm expecting a Pokemon Direct, so I'll probably be back next week. We'll see. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Till next time. Peace.